We're back for another afternoon tea, and we're at the Petersham Nursery in Richmond, UK.
Yeah, this is a beautiful location. The tea house or tea room and restaurant is attached to an actual working, operating nursery. It's great to walk through all the greenhouses, see the plants, see the decorations. They have really interesting stuff there. It's just a beautiful, very kind of serene and awesome setting to have an afternoon tea.
And they also have a cafe and a restaurant if you can't get in for the afternoon tea. The location is gorgeous. You're actually in the greenhouse, surrounded by all the greenery and flowers.
And vines. It's really gorgeous. It's beautiful, especially in the springtime or the summer when things are in bloom. We were there in the spring. You couldn't ask for a more beautiful setting to have an afternoon tea. So the menu is really thought out well. It's all local and seasonal produce that they either grow on site or from local farms. And it was just really, really nice. The tea varieties they offer are amazing.
And they also explain everything on the menu and take in consideration any allergies, and they'll swap things out. Like, they're really attentive.
So we started with a rose syrup Prosecco. I really wanted to try this because I was interested to see if the rose was going to be overpowering. So it was this rose simple syrup mixed with the Prosecco. It was really nice. I was super surprised. It was balanced. There was a nice rose hint on it. And then you got the really nice kind of balanced Prosecco. It was a good quality Prosecco that they're adding in there. But it was just something interesting that I'd never had. It wasn't overtly floral, and it perfectly matched all the rose arrangements and floral arrangements in the greenhouse.
Yes, and then we also got just like a regular Prosecco, which was also really balanced, a little bit on the sweet side, but still like a classic tasting Prosecco.
It was definitely a great way to start off afternoon tea.
And then for our loose leaf tea, we had the red berry and hibiscus, which was our favorite. It was so bright and light and fresh, and like you could really taste the berries.
Yeah,
and
super fruity.
We also got the jasmine pearl.
Yeah, and that was super light, super florally, but balanced. It wasn't overly acidic. You got that toasted green tea flavor, but then you got the beautiful jasmine aroma and taste. If you're a big fan of jasmine like I am, definitely go for this one. It was excellent. One of the best jasmine pearl green teas I've ever had.
And then to start off, we had the egg watercress and mayo sandwich, which was just like a classic pairing done extremely well. The egg salad was just like perfect, and I'm not usually a fan of egg salad.
No, me neither.
But like it was well balanced.
Yeah, and the watercress instead of lettuce was perfect.
And then another favorite was the Montgomery cheddar and rhubarb chutney on the wholemeal bread. And this was excellent cheese, and the rhubarb chutney was fresh and so good. It had like the sweet tart notes, but so well balanced with the cheese.
I don't know if I've ever had a rhubarb chutney, but I'm a big fan, so sign me up. Mixed with the Montgomery cheddar, which was a really, really good quality cheddar, and then the bite and the bitterness and sweetness of the rhubarb chutney just was really, really good.
And the other finger sandwich was the herb roasted chicken tomato beetroot relish sandwich. That was also really good, well balanced. The tomatoes did get a little lost. It was focused more on the beet and the chicken.
Beetroot relish, I think, was the star in this, and the chicken was good, was fine. I think it was roasted chicken thighs, which was a nice flavor, but the tomato was lost, probably the weakest of the three sandwiches, but still really good, and I enjoyed the beetroot relish a lot.
And then they had like a savory scone, which was sun-dried basil and tomato. And it was a nice touch. You're used to having such like sweeter or kind of bland scones. So the savory was just like a nice little step above.
I'm a big fan of savory scones, so this was really nice and really good. I really enjoyed the balance of the basil with the sun-dried tomato. It was just really nice. Next up, we had the hot smoked trout, dill, and cucumber cream tart. You know, this was smoky, light, creamy, and fresh. I think that it was good. It was unusual. I don't know if I've ever had so much of a strong dill flavor, and it was really nice with the cucumbers in it. I really enjoyed it.
And then the seasonal fruit meringue was presented nicely, but it might not be your favorite if you're not a fan of meringue. It does have that like unique taste to it for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of meringue, so it wasn't really for me, but I really liked the seasonal fruit, and I liked what they were doing. It was out of the box, unusual, so I give them points for that.
And then the Paris breast with hazelnut cream. If you are a fan of hazelnut, this is a great option. The flavor was consistent, the texture was excellent. It was just all around a good bite, especially if you're a hazelnut fan.
Yeah, I love hazelnut, so this was definitely for me. This was like a masterclass in textures. You had crunchy, you had buttery, you had creamy, you had smooth. I really, really enjoyed this. This was probably my favorite of all the sweet options that came with it. Can't recommend this highly enough.
And then there was Madeleine with the crushed pistachio, which kind of took a plain Madeleine but raised it up to the next level by having that crunchy, nice texture of the nuts. And I think it really helped instead of just a plain cookie.
And next up, we had the original bean chocolate cake. This was super moist and rich. The cream on top was delicious.
And then they also still had the plain and the fruit scones with the seasonal jam and cream. And this seasonal jam is fresh right from the garden. And it was all around excellent compared to other afternoon teas we've had. And it was just top notch.
Yeah, the scones were incredible. I really think all around, even though I was the biggest fan of the savory scones, the plain and the fruit were still really, really good, perfectly baked. I thought the jam, once again, was leaps and bounds above anything you usually get at other teas. So all in all, I think this was really good. The cream was excellent as well, but the jam was a standout for me.
All around, this has probably been our favorite afternoon tea place we've gone to before, and we've been to quite a few in London. So if you want to go a little bit out of the London downtown area, I would recommend going here.
Yeah, especially if you're there in the springtime or the summertime when it's green. This is a pretty incredible experience. I mean, a lot of it is chalked up to the setting, but also the thoughtfulness of the menu, the seasonality, just the quality.
The service as well.
The service, oh yeah, the service is great. But also, they came around, if you finish everything that's on the trays and the tiered trays they bring out, they'll come around and ask you if you want any more. So if you had any favorites, you might be able to ask them for another one of those to have more, which is probably the first time that's ever happened to us at a tea. And yeah, just the setting, the green, it was just like being in, a beautiful garden. And that's all for today. If you've ever been to Petersham Nurseries or had tea there or have a question about it, let us know in the comments below.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our stuff, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell,
and thanks for watching.